You guys, we got a fake unboxing. I know, you're welcome. Hey guys, it's Jess from She's the Posh. Welcome back in today. I am doing a unboxing for you. This is something that I couldn't be patient and put the camera up for. I wanted to open it up and see how it was. A little bit of an anxious purchase on my part, but it ended up working out. So I just reboxed it up for you and we're gonna do this fake unboxing together and pretend that it's real. I make videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so please remember to hit subscribe below and ring my bell so we can become best friends here on the internet. Okay guys, I have an eBay Chanel vintage bag unboxing for you. This bag is not a classic flap bag. I'm still on the hunt for that after my classic flap got lost. I have a video on that. I decided that I was gonna try eBay again for some vintage bags. I noticed the vintage market was starting to come down a little bit on some vintage Chanel and some Louis Vuitton pieces. There is authentication guaranteed that eBay is offering, especially with Japan resellers and different things like that. So it's just like an added benefit to trying it. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna try this. So what I did is I will have the seller that I got from down below, but I did an auction. And what I like to do is do the max bid, which I have a max bid that I'm willing to pay. I just put that in there. The auctions usually last 5 days to a week. And when it closes, if it goes over that max bid, then I lose it. If it doesn't, then I will take it. The only thing with buying through eBay now, which it never used to be like that, is they do charge you your state tax on top of the duties. So you have to just keep that in mind when you're doing this. That's not something I realized, because the last time I bought vintage on there, I didn't have to pay any tax or anything because most of the stuff I got was under $800. So there wouldn't be any overseas duties and I didn't have to pay state tax, which is one of the benefits of buying from a Japan seller through eBay. However, now eBay is charging you your state tax. So you do have to pay like double tax on these items. However, the prices are still really, really great. So I definitely think it is worth mentioning and talking about. So here's how it came. It does take a little bit longer to come to you. It took me just under 2 weeks to receive this. So I go ahead and do the auction. I won the auction on this piece. And then this was sent to an eBay center where it was authenticated. It didn't take very long. It was there for about a day and then it ships back to me FedEx. I have not yet paid the duties on this piece because apparently FedEx will just send me something in the mail to pay the duties, which I kind of hate. Just do it electronic. Like I have a FedEx app, like I can track my pieces that way. Just charge me that way instead of making me wait, because then I'm gonna forget and then I'm gonna get this bill and get confused. It's snail mail, so what if I forget to check the mail or I see it and I confuse it as junk mail or something? Like there's a lot of drama involved with snail mail, so just send it to me electronically. It's a little annoying. So it came packaged very, very well. Has all the bubble wrap with it. It comes with a certification cards, which I've already cut here, but it has this little eBay receipt on here that just tells you if you cut it off, it's yours. And then it comes with these really nice like authenticity cards with it says a Chanel flap, all that stuff on there. So it is a nice little bonus that it adds. And then it comes in its eBay dust bag, which I think is really nice. It's a nice thick dust bag. And then let's open it up, and here is the vintage beauty that I got. So this is a Chanel flap. It is a single flap and it is in the Diana flap family. It is similar to that where it has this. I put a max bid of $2,500 for this piece. I got it for a little over $2,100. Then I had my sales tax added to it and shipping, which was about $39. Because this is being authenticated for you, the Japan sellers usually charge you shipping. It just depends, especially if it's an auction item, because you are getting a better deal on that, so you don't really get the free shipping with it. So I got this for around $2,300, and I'm going to have duties attached to that. Duties about 10% of the purchase price, would have been $2,100. So I'll have another $210 to be added to it. So all said and done, the total price of this bag is going to be right around $2,500. And I do think that's a great price for this bag. This bag has not been painted or dyed. It is in the original condition. It comes with the original dust bag. It does not come with the authenticity card, and the serial number in there is kind of rubbed off. It's not very legible. I couldn't see the numbers myself. However, it's still in there. It's in amazing shape. I'm not gonna have to get this fixed up. This absolutely beautiful bag is made of the lambskin, which is just so soft. And I know people talk about the caviar leather and all this stuff, but vintage and lambskin, it's just amazing. Lambskin's my favorite leather to have on a Chanel, and I definitely think you should try it. Vintage does come with the chain strap, and it is woven. It is a single, so it is just a shoulder bag and a crossbody. Let's open it up here. And I have currently in it the original dust bag it came with and a dryer sheet, because this did have a little bit of an older smell in it. It wasn't like an unpleasant smell, but it just smelled like it had been in storage. So one of my tricks to get rid of that smell is I just store it with a dryer sheet in it for a few days, and it usually gets that smell right out because this is leather. You open it up here, it is a single flap. You have this really nice zip compartment. I do have another bag just like this, and it has the same like zip compartment, and then it has a little card in the back. It opens up a lot better than the double flap. You do have a lot more room. I know this isn't like, it doesn't have a little secret pocket. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles the other one has, but it is super cute and gorgeous. And you have your chain right here. And when you take stuff out, this is starting to like, it'll sink in. So I always recommend storing these bags stuffed. And how I like to stuff my bag, so I have the original dust bag that it came with, which is so crazy. Look at this dust bag. But I like to use like fashion style dust bags, or I'll use like old t-shirts and things like that. And I will stuff my bags when they're in storage. So see how it gets a little flat like this? So to prevent that from happening and to poof it out more, I recommend putting these dust bags, and I just kind of fold them up and I stick them in the flap, and it brings it back to shape, and it's like this. And I store those in the bag, and now you see that it's poofing up, and it's gonna help it maintain its shape. So I always recommend when you're storing like even new flaps or certain bags, you can use bubble wrap, but I personally like to use cloth, and I just stick them in there, and it just helps it maintain its shape. So by storing it in this, it's just gonna help spring this back to life, because this bag was in storage, so it got a little flattened. Even here on the corners, I see a little fold, which I think that's gonna come right out by just having it out of storage and just hanging out on my shelf here. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a little bit of wrinkling, but it really doesn't look like this bag was used that often at all. You have the gold plating, and I just think this is such a gorgeous bag. I've seen flaps like this that I would love to get, which are the beige with the black around it, or the white with the black around it. I have always admired these bags, and getting this bag for around $2,500 is an amazing deal. I know vintage is still expensive, but there's no wear to this. I don't have to get this bag restored. There's nothing going on to the sides. There's a little wear right here to the corners, but really nothing to write home about. I can eventually take it to the leather surgeons and get it repaired. However, when you do get it repaired, it does kind of change the softness of the leather. You don't really have the softness that you once had. However, it's usually beautiful and completely restored. It's not a huge difference. It's just a subtle difference. That's how you know when something's been painted or dyed. It has a different feel to it, if that makes sense. If you know, you know, you know. But let's see this cutie on. So here it is on me. It is such a great length, whereas the double flaps, they kind of hang higher, which I like because I'm short. But if you're a taller girl, this might be a great option for you. And here it is cross body, super cool. So there's a method where you could just like crisscross it. It's not a super long chain, but you could crisscross it and shut it like this, and you can make it a little bit shorter. It does like fit it like a tight shoulder bag like this by doing like the crisscross method that some people like to do. It's not necessary, but some people, if they want like to try to do a different look to it. And how these straps work right here, they actually have like a little hook in here, which is really cool to see that. It's just an absolutely gorgeous bag. Here's some close-ups of it so you can just see it and admire the beauty that is vintage. And I know I've gone on a rant where I want to, you know, cancel Chanel and I'm over Chanel, but I'm not over vintage Chanel. I'm not over these kind of bags. I absolutely love vintage bags from all the major brands, from like Prada, from Fendi, and I think I'm starting to go back to like purchasing more of these beautiful vintage bags that you can't get anywhere else. Okay guys, what do we think of this absolutely gorgeous beauty? I'm thinking about putting a video together for you. Let me know if you're interested. Just kind of the shops and the eBay and going through, because I am looking for a classic flap. I have seen one that I like on Poshmark, and you know how I feel about Poshmark. If you don't, I have several videos where they suck and I don't trust them anymore, and I don't recommend them for purchasing items. However, there is a vintage flap that I am admiring. It's in the small size, it's not the medium, but the medium and small are pretty close together in size. It looks really nice, vintage piece. They're selling it for $3,500. That's a great deal to get on a flap, and if it has a little bit of wear to it, like I could easily get it restored, so I'm thinking about it. But I've also seen some on eBay, and they are going in the vintage condition with needing some work around $3,500 to $3,600. So I could do that route, but then I also have to pay the tax and the duties on those particular pieces. I'm kind of on the hunt for that, so I'm thinking about putting a video together for you, just showing you some of these sites that have beautiful vintage pieces. I found another site that actually specializes in vintage, like clothing and things that are from designer as well. So let me know if you're interested in me putting something like that together. Here is my new vintage beauty, and it was a great experience, so I definitely recommend. And you see if it says authenticity guaranteed, and that means that your piece is going to be shipped to an eBay center and completely authenticated for you, and you have absolutely no worries. You don't have to do it on your own. Okay guys, that is everything. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye guys.